Hey, how's it going?
Going well.
All right, sounds good.
Matt and Dan.
Yes, sir.
How are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Cool.
How's about yourself?
Everything's going well for me. So what are we discussing tonight?
So we got a couple NASCAR-related topics, some questions for you. You know, we like to interview our guests a little bit, get to know them a little bit.
Sure. Sounds good.
Let's see. What you got here?
I have some stories I'll tell
Yeah, you got like a story or something?
at the end.
Yep. And then just a quick announcement, and then I think we're all set.
I don't know what to do with this later.
Yeah. Take
Cool.
a quick break.
That's fine. What's that? We'll start her up.
Do a quick audio check.
Yeah, audio check that.
All right, we're just gonna do a quick test of the audio here.
No problem.
All right, Matt, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Do you want us to call you David or Mr. Land or?
David is fine.
All right.
Cool.
Oh shit.
All right.
Mr. Land's my dad.
Sir, hello. Do you want us to call you David or Mr. Land or?
Let's check that.
David is fine.
That
fine.
sounds
Cool.
so much better.
That's a
than-
lot better. So good. That's crisp.
All right. Oh, I just closed on the app.
Let's not do that.
All right. Think we're ready to start.
Cool.
All right. You want to do the intro?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's your turn anyway.
It's my turn.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sports Commute. And today we have a bunch of announcements and some really good things, and we also have a very special guest along with us, Mr. David Land.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
All right. You want to start
Well,
it off?
I really hit that pitch out of the park, didn't I?
That ain't as bad as some of the other ones.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
All right. You want to start her off?
I'm
Couple
starting the
announcements? Yeah, go ahead.
So, this week we have a bunch of big things going on. We have a new logo, which will be put on the YouTube and the Instagram, the Twitter, and everything. I'll have to show that later, most likely. And we also have a very new, a new website. Jeez, that was bad. Yes, we have a new website, and I will throw that in after this, probably right there. And so that's about everything that's on the website. You can check it out. I'll put in the link in the description of the YouTube video.
Hey guys, how's it going? This is the official Sports Commute website. This was just made this week, so it has a bunch of things on it. As we see here, the home, the Miller Lite Cup Series, and our contact. We'll talk about that Miller Lite Cup Series later, but here it is. Like I said, we'll talk about this more later in the video. And this is the little area where we can check it out. And let's see. Next, we're going to go to more of the Miller Lite. As we see down here, press the button, roster, schedule, and results, and the standings. We're going to click on the roster and see what we have here. We have all the roster and everything. Click on me. I'm number 1 of Preston Prue Motorsports, as it will be explained later. Click on the schedule, and here we have all the schedules, along with the pole winner, stage 1 winner, stage 2 winner, and the winner of the race, inevitably, of course. Then we're going to go on to the standings, as we see here. We'll click on me again, and the number, my number, and the points. And there's everybody along who's on the roster. Then we're going to go click on the contacts list, and here are all of our contacts, all of our social media, and there we go. There's a website.
If you'd like to do the other thing.
We'll save that for the end.
Yes.
So the final question.
Yes.
All right. I think we're just going to start off by doing a little interview with you, David.
Sure.
So, how's about you start with your first
All
question?
right, so me and Dan had both the same question here, but how did you get your start into the YouTube and everything?
So believe it or not, I was on the ground floor of YouTube. I joined, I think 2008. I think it was September of 2008.
Holy cow.
And yeah, so I've seen a lot on the platform. I really, I was a kid then. So I was a freshman in high school, maybe 8th grade. So what I did was I just made stop motion animations and uploaded them to YouTube.
Yeah.
Because it was a totally different time then. It was
Right.
just so different. And I've just kind of seen the progression of YouTube, and obviously my content has changed quite a bit.
Definitely.
In 10 years, 10, 12 years. But yeah, I've been there for a while. Let's put it that way.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you've just released a video. It's actually one of our questions about the lawsuit of the former CEO of NASCAR, Brian France, and Drunk Brian France, the Twitter account. We didn't take the time to watch the video, but
We'll do
I
that
mean,
after.
if you'd like to express your concerns, how do you feel about the case?
Well, first of all, I can't believe we're living in this timeline where this is actually a real thing. I was shocked. Yes, so I was a weird mixture of shock and not surprised yesterday when this came out, because I was shocked because of like, he can't be this petty, right? He can't be this petty.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was also like, he's absolutely this petty. So I guess the big issue that I have is that I'm not sure how this is going to go. I think a lot of people are expecting this to just be thrown out right off the bat, and I hope it is, because it's a really pretty egregious free speech issue if anything actually happens to the owner of the.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen accounts everywhere. There's a it's like buzzed or drunken Stephen A. Smith Twitter account
Oh
too.
my God.
And that's the thing. It's like, do you think Stephen A. Smith really cares?
No, he doesn't care.
None of these-
No.
So that's that's the thing that I can't understand. Well, I can't understand it. I mean, it's because Brian France has probably got thin skin. I mean, for actions detrimental to stock car rating. That was a rule that was implemented under the Brian France rule with NASCAR.
Right.
You notice maybe the commentators, they weren't Benny Parsons and Bob Jenkins anymore. They were a lot more. They almost seemed like pro NASCAR, which is kind of weird to say. Like, commentary is supposed to be, unbiased. You're supposed to just call it as you see it.
Right.
You're not just supposed to, be like rah rah go team. Imagine if Joe Buck called the Super Bowl and talked about how great the NFL was the entire time.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
Right.
But all these things happened under the Brian France rule, so I'm not really surprised by it. I'm disappointed by it, because
Right.
I would kind of hope that after that DUI, he would kind of move on with his life and move away out of this public humiliation, and he's just going right back to it. It's disappointing.
That's pretty disappointing.
Especially this comes months or even a year after the whole thing came to light.
Right. True. All right. So,
Well, that was one of the big things. One of the big points of my video is that that happened in August of 18. He settled the case. He pled guilty in July of last year, and you would think it would be over at that point. But he's gone and dragged his name right back through the mud because of a Twitter account that had, prior to him exposing it, 14,000 followers. That Twitter account now has like almost 20 in one day because of that. But
Yeah. All right.
Who knows, man?
So yeah. So do you like how the season's going for so far? I mean, it's 3 races in, but how do you like it so far?
I don't think the racing's been that bad. I'm really interested to see what happens this weekend in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, me too.
With the smaller spoiler.
Oh yeah.
But I thought Vegas was all right. I thought California wasn't too bad. I thought the Daytona 500, from a racing perspective, I mean, we can maybe talk procedures perspective, not so great, but from a racing perspective, I mean, it was not bad. So I think it's been a pretty good season so far for NASCAR racing wise. It was definitely better than last season. I think last season was really a struggle. But again, it's early days. I mean, it's a 36 race season, and you're in 3 races, so it's hard to judge it fully right now. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
So sweet. All right, good. Go ahead, Dan.
So correct me if I'm wrong here, but as we've watched some of your videos, it shows that you're kind of a collector of diecast, yeah?
Oh yeah,
All right.
That's an understatement.
So how many do you think you actually have?
Well, what scale?
1 to 128. We'll go with that.
128.
Or was it 64?
124.
Is it
64 is the little ones. 24s are the little bigger ones.
Is it 64s on?
64s are the little toy ones.
Yeah, the 64s.
Yeah.
That's
Oh God. Well, see, the problem is that I think I have all my childhood ones in the storage unit somewhere. So we're probably talking like we're talking like 1,000. I would guess.
Oh,
like,
boy.
Probably around there. Oh yeah. Because I mean,
Damn.
you have to realize that as a kid, that was what I played with was cars.
So did I.
And so, and I still, when I still find cars that I think are cool, and don't act like you don't do it.
We all do it.
You
Hey, look at that one.
You go,
Yeah, that one's
it's
cool.
like it's only $1.
Well, do you have any favorites?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's like trying to make me choose a child, a favorite child. Now, you know what? Well, actually, probably one of my favorites is probably my 1/18 scale Buddy Lazier Indy 500 winter car, which I got for like $30. It's missing the mirrors, it's not in the box, but that car regularly goes for like $250.
Wow.
And Buddy's my favorite driver of all time, so I was really happy to get that car. It's proudly displayed in the background of my videos usually. So yeah, that's probably the one that I would say right now. But then again, you can ask me tomorrow, and I'd probably change my mind.
Well, all right then.
So me and Dan both started off the season with predicting who to think the Final Four will be. Who do you see this early that could maybe roll that far?
Ooh. So, I mean, Brian Blaney, definitely. I think you have to put him in there. He's been so strong at the start of the season. I think you put Kyle Busch in there. I think it seems like the Toyotas are a little down somewhere this year. It seems like the Fords and the Chevys just are a little bit better, at least at the start of the season. But it looks like Kyle Busch continues the points race really well.
Yeah.
He's there at the end.
Right.
So he's building those, and he's going to win a race this season,
Definitely.
no doubt about it.
Of course.
It's just going to be a matter of time. So Blaney, Busch, you know what? I'll throw Bowman in there too, because I was pretty impressed with how he drove last week.
Okay.
And then I think you've probably got to look at. A Harvick again. He's just such a consistent driver. It just seems like he's the type of driver that probably ends up in the Final Four more often than he doesn't.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's a good, well-rounded Final Four there.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to do it?
No. That's last.
Or that last.
So NASCAR announced on Monday the more changes to their next-gen car being released next year.
Geez.
The major talking point is that it'll only have one lug nut, similar to IndyCar and F1. Now we've seen in the past the gun issues with the 5-lug wheel,
That's a big lug nut, isn't it?
and the center lug is it's a pretty big lug nut. You ever seen the breaker bars for those, man?
Oh God.
5 foot long. The center lug's gonna probably require a new gun. If you say you were running, I don't know, the science behind it, R&D, whatever it is, research and development,
Yep.
for that gun, what changes would you like to see to try and make it function better? If you have that kind of standpoint.
What
To the gun.
actual gun itself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing there's probably commercially available wheel guns that are comparable to what they're using in IndyCar and Formula One. I would guess they probably made the wheel nut to a standard that hopefully will save the team some money, so they won't have to go out and spend a lot of money on new wheel guns. One thing about this new car, just in general, is it's going to be a big expense for the teams starting out. And like you mentioned, that's something that I hadn't even thought about, would be having to invest in new wheel guns. So there's a lot of cost that's going to go into this initially. So it's going to be something to watch for, because I think you're going to see smaller grids next year as well because of this. You're just not going to be, Rick Ware Racing's not going to be able to enter 4 cars in a race.
Definitely
I
not.
don't see that happening.
No.
Right.
We'll see
We'll
see
have to
Cody
look.
exclusively.
Cody Ware. All right. That's it. All right. So besides NASCAR, what other sports do you usually follow?
big NFL guy, but I follow the NFL when it's in season. I would definitely call myself a casual fan, though I definitely understand the mechanics of it. I played football as a kid, and I'm a big Colts fan. I'm sure you've seen the Colts hat every now and then in videos. Outside of that, I used to be a basketball guy. I haven't been into that for a couple of years, but I used to love March Madness.
Yeah.
I know that I know there's a couple Indiana teams in there. I always pull for the Indiana teams because I grew up there, and so maybe I'll get into it this year. We'll just have to kind of see how everything shakes out with the tournament. But yeah, so I would say football and basketball are probably my two big sports outside of racing.
All right. Yeah.
Nice, man.
Cool.
Couple more. How you feeling?
We're hanging in there.
All right. Where is it? All right. You'd consider yourself an avid Twitter user, yeah? So.
This feels like an intervention. Hang on a second. When do I have to start the 12-step program?
Well, that's a little different. That's for something else. So, have you seen the I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Angela Roosh beef with was it Parker Klingerman?
Parker Klingerman.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure
So, do you believe her that it was her husband?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
No.
I made this big gap.
Angela was about 6 Coors Lights deep when she said that.
That is awesome. Did you see the one from like 2012 with Harvick?
Oh yeah.
That just proves her wrong because it's happened before.
That's when she was a coach.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This guy. Oh.
I don't know. I think it's a good cover-up ploy. It's in the past now, but I just think it's
That's pretty funny though.
still a funny time.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. The social media drama in NASCAR has been almost better than the on-track product.
It tends to be from time to time.
Especially the last race with Truex. That was great.
All right. I got 3 more for you.
Sure.
So you've been to a couple of the races this year, correct? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You've been there with Black
Not
Flags Matter.
NASCAR.
Not NASCAR?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I thought you went with Black Flags Matter.
So I was going to go to the Daytona 500. Black Flags was setting that up, and unfortunately, I think because I had gone to the Rolex 24,
Nice.
sports car race there.
Cool.
And one of the things that I learned there is that Daytona, the track. Now, there's some great people who work there. I want to not be misinterpreted.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But they are slow when dealing with media that's not like your traditional TV or newspapers. So Black Flags was kind of setting all that up for all of us, and it just came together too late, and the flights were too expensive, and I just couldn't make it work this year. But I was fully intending on going to the Daytona 500 this year. It's kind of a shame that it didn't happen, but I'm planning on doing some NASCAR stuff later this year, and I know next week I'm getting on a plane and I'm heading to St. Petersburg for the IndyCar opener. I'm going to stay in town for the 12 hours of Sebring for IMSA.
Oh,
so that's a 2-week deal in Florida, which is going to be quite an adventure, I think.
That's cool.
Well,
Yeah.
that kind of answers the follow-up question to that. Was if you were planning on attending some races this year, what tracks were you considering going to?
There you go.
Well, I can name a few more because I just got approved for media credentials for the Long Beach Grand Prix over in California.
Nice.
So that's going to be interesting to go to. And NASCAR-wise, I think it's going to be more towards the summer. I'm sure, as you guys know, I'm pretty much the only guy who covers open wheel racing at the high level in this country.
Yeah.
So I do kind of feel it's an obligation to prioritize that because you have guys like Black Flags and E-Step and Joseph Lombard who are going to these races and kind of getting that YouTube coverage. So to me, it would be great to go to some of these NASCAR races, but it is important for those other fans, for somebody to be going to these other races and talking about them because there's great racing all over this country right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
Absolutely right on that. All right. Get to a little bit of a rough one now.
Oh boy.
I recently watched your video on Ryan Newman's crash. that being said, with the tragic and scary event, you mentioned you do like how NASCAR implemented more safety features after Dale's wreck, but you don't like how they handled Newman's and with the slow-mo replay and all that.
So I want to be clear that that's not, I'm not criticizing NASCAR for that.
You're criticizing
For that
Fox, yes.
specifically.
That's my apology on that.
That was a Fox decision, yeah. But there is criticism to levy NASCAR. It's just NASCAR has actually kind of stepped the other way too far because they censored the wreck from their race replay, which I didn't necessarily agree with. There's a happy medium, you know.
Right. Yeah.
You don't show the slow-mo replay until you cut the guy out of the car, but you also don't have to censor history after the fact. After we know he's going to pull through the injuries, you know. They didn't hit it right in my opinion. They didn't hit the right balance.
Yep. Well, on top of that, I mean, NASCAR seems to be kind of at the top of their game here with the safety. Is there any more safety measures you think could be implemented from around motorsports into NASCAR to make it safer?
NASCAR? Well, like you said, and this is something that I maybe should have made more clear in that video, is that NASCAR 100% has the safest race cars at a high level of the sport that I think anybody has.
Yeah.
The big problem that I had with that whole situation was that, you know, you're going to have, if you make the last lap of the Daytona 500 happen 3 or 4 times with the green, white checkers, in my opinion, on a plate track, that's just asking for trouble. And they eventually did get it with Ryan Newman. And thank God he lived through his injury.
Right.
But that doesn't change the fact that something tragic could have happened. And the same thing happened with Austin Dillon
Yep.
in
Oh yeah.
2015.
Yep.
That was the same deal.
Oh yeah.
So my big beef is, look, these plate tracks, we need to understand and we need to accept that they are the most dangerous tracks in NASCAR. And you can have the safest race cars in the world, but I mean, when you're traveling at 200 miles an hour, there is always a potential that something bad will happen. You don't want to have things built into the races that essentially are arbitrary, that could potentially cause some sort of a situation where someone could get hurt. And so that was my big issue with that, was it happened like, you know, on lap 209 or lap 210 or whatever it was,
Yeah.
on a 200 lap race. And I'm like, look, if the drivers, maybe you give them one opportunity on a green light checker, but if the drivers can't, you know, if the drivers can't get it done on lap 202, just flag the race off, send everybody home safe, and get it done.
Definitely.
I'm worried personally about next time they go to Daytona, because it's not only just going to be like obviously this was the Daytona 500, it's a huge race, everybody wants to win it. You saw what happened at the end of the race. You know, no one's going to lift on that last lap. The problem is that you're going, and it's a chase cutoff race. It is the cutoff race to get in the playoffs.
Yep.
I mean, people are going, and it's not just going to be those guys at the front now. Now you're going to have everybody through the mid-pack, the guys trying to race, point their way in. You're going to have the Corey LaJoys and the John Hunter Neiman. Yeah, so you're going to have all these guys who think they can win. I mean, it's going to be crazy.
Oh,
It's gonna be
definitely.
great.
It'll be
So
close.
I just want them to make sure that nobody gets hurt in that race, but I don't know. We'll see.
Only time will tell.
We'll have to look at that.
Final question and announcement. And on a little lighthearted note with the interview here, we'll let Matt do the announcement for this one.
Alright, so this week me and Dan came together and talked a little bit about, so we used to own basically have an iRacing series on the Xbox. It used to be called the Target Cup Series. Probably won't know about that since it was back in 2018.
Yep.
And we decided to bring it back and get some more people to come back in and we call it the Miller Lite Cup Series. It'll be on Xbox and everything like that. So it's on Heat 4, like the recent things. Most of the races I will probably upload to the YouTube channel, most likely. And we're looking for like 7 additional drivers. If you're watching and you want to play, I just text either one of us. And we will both be running in the series. And they will both be on social media, also on the website. And they have an Instagram with @MillerLiteCup. And that's the Miller Lite Cup Series.
Which brings me to my final question here. Would you like to join us in this Miller Lite Cup series? We've been planning this out for like a week. We've been planning this for like a week.
What console is it on?
Xbox.
Okay, I theoretically could do it. I mean, you reach, yeah. So just like kind of send me the contact details. I'll see if I can make it, and if I can make it, I will. But just kind of keep in mind that I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling this year.
Yeah.
You're a busy man. We
understand.
We completely understand. Yeah, we're starting up in May, so you know, not a big
Wow.
deal. Don't worry about it.
That's a good, I'm not doing anything important in May, you know. It's not a big month for a racing channel.
All right.
Yeah, you know, it's not like there's the Coke 600 Monaco or you know Indy 500.
No, there's nothing to talk about. No.
All right. Well,
Well, and the Miller Lite Cup Series. All right.
Yes,
So,
and the Miller Lite Cup
you're
Series.
adding to the month of May. You're
Yes.
adding,
Yes.
Incredible.
well, I think that pretty much does it for everything we've got covered for you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us. Would you like to shout out all your social media and your YouTube?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, just check me out on YouTube. Search my name, David Land, DAVIDLAND. It's 9 letters, just like the ground. Very easy to find. Check me out if you want to hear. If you like some of my incoherent babblings during this show, you'll probably like my channel. So yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great day.
Yep.
I like that. I like that guy. I like him. He's great.
Man, oh man.
Man, that guy was fun.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I'd like to say thank you again to David Land for coming on the show.
Yes.
It's still kind of weird. Like, I want to call him Mr. Land, but, I'm also
But
like,
he always said.
but also, like, I don't know you well enough to call you David.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Wait, you can't really. I just call him Mr. David Land. It's
Mr.
like-
David Land.
I just put it all together.
Yeah.
Anywho.
It's easy to spell, easy to see, like the ground.
That was great. You'll have just please watch that. Anywho,
It's all gonna go into the same.
It's all it's okay. All right.
All right. I have a quick apology to Insight. Matt has had some.
I had some
previous,
yeah.
stories that he's brought up,
Yeah.
and my dumbass has been citing them to
Black
Black
Flags
Flags Matter.
Whoops.
Now, Matt has known that I've been doing this and knows that I've been wrong, but has yet to correct me until I realized my dumb mistake. Correction on all the stories that I've cited in the past with Black Flags Matter
May
as
or
the,
may not
as
have
the
been.
source.
Well, some of them actually were Black Flag Matters videos, but some
The ones that I
the
quoted,
one
the
you
ones that I
quoted-
cited to Black Flags Matter
Yes.
are not his videos. Those go to Slap Shoes.
Yes, we apologize on that.
So
That was my bad for not correcting, and my bad for not putting the sources. I will do that from now on. So if you want to watch that video, you can go find it. That's my bad. Sorry about that.
Well, now speaking of story time, let's get it.
Oh, story time. 2002-2003 season. This was a video by Jesse King, if you want to find it. So, you know, we're all playing those NASCAR games, and we're like, oh, why am I not spinning out? Something called traction control. We all know it. We all love it. It's in our cars. Great. Traction control is illegal in NASCAR as of for a while. Okay? 2002-2003 season. I repeated that again. There were rumors of traction control going around the garage. Again, illegal at the time. It is to minimize wheel slip when power is applied, if you didn't know what that meant. And it's really badly, highly illegal in NASCAR. Started in the late 90s and continued into the 2000s. And it's very easy to hide because when they did this, they got a solution, they put it on the tires, and they soaked the tires, and you couldn't tell the difference between a tire and a traction control tire. Okay? And so very questionable wins that people have pointed out were Bobby Hamilton, Joe Nemechek in 2001, Kurt Busch's first win, and Jimmy Johnson in 2002. Oops. And after the conclusion of the 2002 season, around 16 cars... I just missed something. No, I didn't. 16 cars were rumored to have it in the Truck Series as well. So it was a Cup Series. It was all the levels. whatever. They're not really able to catch it. But the one time that it was really confusing, Jeff Gordon wins at Atlanta. This was his historic 13-win season in 1998. He was, like I said, at Atlanta, and he was trying to do a burnout. So he spun the tires and then just stopped. And then tried to do it again, and it stopped. People were confused on why he couldn't do a burnout. So people were trying to investigate this, and that. Nothing came out of it. Traction control, it got monitored highly. They had more stuff, and it was very hard to put it in. I'm sure, I don't no clue if anybody uses it today, but it was pretty big back then. But that's my little quick story. That was my first story. Do you have anything?
I have news for after your story.
Okay. Second thing. 1998 Tire Gate controversy. This is by the M&M's Cup Series.
MMCS on YouTube.
MMCS on YouTube. It's called the 1998 Tire Gate controversy. That's the video. The title of the video. After winning his 9th of the season, Jeff Gordon, in his very historical season of the record, was accused of cheating. Okay, great. He won at New Hampshire, but it was very questionable as he fell very far back and ended up winning the race. So he started in the front, fell back, caught up, like a Kyle Busch type thing. So he took 2 tires that race over the 4. Son of a bitch! I switched up my. Did I or did I not? No, I didn't.
I don't believe you did.
I did the traction. I said traction control is not soaking the tires. This is soaking the tires. I'll explain that more. So he ended up taking 2 tires, which inevitably put him in front of the field, which is why he got so many positions gained instead of the 4. And he ended up dusting the field. He was gone versus the people who are on 2 and 4, which we know today, usually when there's a 2-tire car and a 4-tire car, the 4-tire car is probably going to end up dusting the 2 car, which is just strategy, but it usually never works out. Anywho, Jack Roush, owner of Roush Racing, as we know, received a letter in the mail that with tire softener claiming that Jeff Gordon's team was using it. Again, something illegal in NASCAR. And he said, okay, Jeff Gordon's team is cheating, this, and that to NASCAR. They took Mark Martin's and Jeff Gordon's tire supply and tested them both. Anywho, before that, NASCAR just shut down their whole pit stop. They couldn't do anything. So they couldn't take anything, they couldn't get out of there, nothing. So this is when they soaked them. Tire softener. I don't know really what it does, but they soak it and it makes it go faster. Katie?
Softer tires make the car go faster.
Okay, I knew that. I just didn't want to. Anywho, but it's really hard to find. So when they tested it, couldn't find anything. Gordon wins the next week, of course, and won the 13 races and a championship in 1998. And then after that, so before that, the teams could bring cars, which was made it so easy to soften the tires. But after this, the 1998 season, the 1999 season started off with banning the teams from bringing their own tires. That's why you have to buy them at the racetrack now. Or the teams have to buy it at the racetrack. Then that's the whole thing about the tire controversy of 1998. Cool.
All right, thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
Now, big changes to speed weeks.
Yes. I did that, yep. I wrote all of them down here.
Ah, good job.
I was smart. Anywho, so speed weeks, 2021. A lot different than this year. This year we all had 2 weeks. The Clash was first week on Saturday, right?
Yep.
And the next week was the 500 and everything. They're like, nah, we need to shorten it. Season's too damn long. It's in 1 week, starting off with Tuesday. My favorite. I saw this on Facebook or something. I just threw my pen and sent it directly to Dan. Like, oh wow, that's crazy. Tuesday is the Busch Clash. No, it's not on the Daytona course. It's on the road course. That's gonna be
technically the Daytona course.
But it's just the road course. It's the Rolex course that the Rolex cars drive. Great. Wednesday, the qualifying for the 500. The Thursday is the duels like it usually is. Friday's the trucks. Saturday's Xfinity and ARCA, and Sunday's the 500 like it always has been. What do you feel about this?
Personally, I like this. The Clash has just been shown to be like, take a look at last year's cars. We'll have some fun. We'll do a little bit of racing. This changes it up. It shows a brand new track for everyone to go enjoy.
Mhm.
Smart.
Why did I do that? I just not.
Whatever.
Knock on wood.
Everyone gets to enjoy this new track. The drivers get a little bit of a challenge.
Definitely.
And they're
Of
still in
course.
last year's cars, so it's not like anything real detrimental.
There's
to that.
yeah. So yeah, we know about the next gen. We'll talk about that probably after this, a little more in detail. Yeah. Shoot, I lost my train of thought. So yeah, they will be running their old cars this year: the Mustang, the Chevys, and the Camrys. They'll all be running those, so there's no really worry to like if they wreck like they did now, they won't be using their new cars. So yeah, that's the whole Speed Weeks of 2021. So, like we talked to David about the next gen cars. Actually, before that, screw that. July 4th, 2020. Tony Stewart will be returning at Indy in the Xfinity Series in the Stewart Haas cars. I'm pretty excited for this. I usually love watching Indy races anyways. And it's just going to be exciting for him to come back. So, yeah, that's cool.
Speaking of Tony Stewart, he's also released a dirt game.
That was about a month ago, buddy. February 14th. I just looked it up. It's about a month old. But anywho, sure to cover that.
Angry.
Check the facts. Wait a second.
Check the Carfax, bro.
Facts. Check Carfax. Aim.com. Or download. Available February 14th, 2020.
Okay.
It's okay, we just didn't bring it up. Anywho. So we all knew about the new next-gen cars. We heard about the single lug nut, which we talked to David about. William Byron was testing at Auto Club for 2 days, I believe it was Wednesday. I saw this and I had to write it down. What about the next-gen cars you think will be special?
I didn't.
You don't get it, okay, whatever.
I didn't look over the notes after testing. All I knew was that
I didn't even see notes.
was
after
that
testing.
he hit the wall slightly. I don't know if he like real
Oh.
slammed into it.
Who gives it? Okay, well, okay. So, yep, NASCAR. Last week we were at Auto Club. We had the Xfinity Series. Harrison Burton got his first win of the year. Riley Herbst finished second. Austin Cindric finished third. I like it, Austin Cindric. I believe he's finished in the top 5 the past few races. Correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I feel like I keep saying Austin Cindric's name. Brian Sieg finishes 4th, and Justin Haley finishes 5th. In the Cup Series, Bowman the Showman finishes 1st. Rowdy Busch finishes 2nd. Kurt Busch finishes 3rd. Chase Elliott finishes 4th. And Brad Keselowski finishes 5th. And I believe it was a great race in general. Like David said, it was a good race. We had a few things with Larson and Hamlin, and we had the battles between hometown Jimmy Johnson and Bowman and Blaney, because Blaney and they all had really good cars. I was excited to see that. They were battling really well. And wait, what? Why did he? Oh, never mind. So for Phoenix, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I believe Blaney is gonna win Phoenix. What do you got?
That's Kevin Harvick's track through and through.
I don't know about that. Rowdy's won the last few. I just feel like Blaney's got the speed.
I'll go with Kevin Harvick.
Kevin Harvick. Okay, let me write that down. So is that all for NASCAR, Chief?
That's all I got.
All right, that's it. NASCAR. We are done with NASCAR.
Got anything for the NBA?
Maybe. Somewhere. Come back. There we go. I had 2 things. Steph Curry returned last night, as you see on my jersey. As he returned last night.
Wait a minute.
Pardon?
I saw on ESPN that he wasn't going to return.
He played yesterday, Chief. He wasn't going to return last week.
Oh.
That's what I said. That video didn't come out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that footage was corrupted.
That footage was corrupted. This is probably episode 10, even though it was supposed to be 11. That's whatever. And Deion Waiters signed with the Lakers. I guess that's something.
Deion Waiters, you know what he is?
Huh?
Syracuse grad.
Ah, Syracuse man. Never heard of him.
Now,
I don't know. I can.
I want to make sure that I'm correct.
Cool. Good idea. Good idea. Quick.
Yes, I am correct.
Correct. Thank you. Let's see. That's all for the NBA. It wasn't much that I saw this week, but that's my. Well, since we're on other sports, all sports events in Italy will have no fans, just like the LA Charger games. Sorry, I had to put that in there.
Or the Baltimore Orioles games during that stretch.
Yeah. So, due to the coronavirus, as we all know, as it's taking everything, so whatever. Cool.
It's an unfortunate situation.
Very unfortunate.
It's going to be safer for everyone.
Very.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, I'll move on to the MLB real quick.
Cool.
Aaron Judge is likely to miss the start of the regular season due to a fractured rib. That's
okay.
unfortunate for Yankees fans, but of course, it's not the end.
No.
It's a long season. He'll be around. Tim Tebow was reassigned to the minors by the Mets after going 1-8 in spring training with his first hit.
Dinger.
With his first hit for an extra base in 4 years.
He hit a home run.
I don't care.
Yeah, I understand that. I just saw the video on the day after.
Dude, CBS Sports was like, it was his first hit for extra bases.
Cool.
San Francisco, the San Francisco Giants.
Yes.
They sent 7 to AAA baseball. Notable names such as Jandel Gustave and Connor Menez did not make the cut for the final roster.
Cool.
However, they still have 55 total on their roster, so we shall see. That is all I have for the MLB.
Cool. All right.
Time for football.
Football. So the combine was last week. I covered it in the past video, but that also got corrupted. So this is the whole results. For the combine, we had the top 40-yard dashes by Henry Ruggs. Number 1, 4:27, which was pretty damn close to the record.
Isn't it 424?
4:22.
Whatever it was, whatever Bo
It was-
Jackson did.
It wasn't Bo Jackson, it's Ross. John Ross. But technically, sure, shut up. We don't count that, but I'm just going to say John Ross has it. Javelin K. Goodry had a 4.29 with a DB. Quez Watkins with a 4.35 as a wide receiver. Ladarius Sneed had a 4.37 as a DB, and Denzel Mims had a 4.3 as a wide receiver. Vertical jump. Donovan Peoples-Jones had a 44.5 with a wide receiver. Kyle Duggar had a 42.0 as a safety. Dante Olson had a 42.0 as well as a linebacker, and also, actually the next two, it's all 42.0. Jalen Rager had also wide receiver, and Henry Ruggs the third makes another appearance on the combine top 5 as a wide receiver, as we all know. Broad jump. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 11 foot 7 inches for a wide receiver. Jeremy Chin, 11'6". I don't know why I didn't write nobody. Jalen Rager, 11 foot 6 inches. Willie Gay Jr., 11 foot 4 inches as a linebacker, and Jeff Okaba out of Ohio State, 11 feet 3 inches as a cornerback.
You said it wrong.
What?
The
Ohio State. Sorry, my bad. Anyway, that's my combine. What do you got next?
Ryan Fitzpatrick has come out on Twitter and has said that he agrees to the CBA deal.
What?
Yes, he reached out and he said that he's talked to different people with different opinions, players, some former players, even some people from the NFLPA themselves, before he finally decided. He's been quoted on Twitter saying, when we met with the NFLPA about our concerns, some of them listed as increased salary, drug policy regarding marijuana, roster spots, etc. A vast majority were addressed by the CBA.
Okay.
So that's why he's chosen to agree.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers, however, is still not come around. He's on the fence with it, whether he's going to go yes or no. J.J. Watt, we know, is strictly opposed.
Definitely.
Richard Sherman, we know, is also opposed. So we
Interesting. Cool.
Could we have another lockout? Who knows? I'd hope not.
Right, let's not do that. I like football season.
It doesn't benefit anyone.
No.
The Titans
Yes, sir.
reportedly think they can beat the Pats in the QB sweepstakes for Tom Brady.
I have that covered.
In fact, Mike Vrabel, who's a close friend of Brady, you know, after winning 3 Super Bowls with him. How close are they, though? This is according to CBS Sports.
We don't know who the heck's gonna get them.
They FaceTime each other, apparently.
Interesting.
So,
Cool.
yep. You got any other things?
Well, since we're talking about Tom Brady here, so we have the 2 front runners with the Titans and the Patriots, and the one that's, I guess, I saw on the source, I believe it was NBC Sports, possibly, had the 49ers, which they said they were close.
Yeah, ESPN was talking about doing that. They had a little sketch brought up
Yep.
for it.
So the Titans, they have Derrick Henry, possibly one of the best RBs in the league. Mike Vrabel, as he said. But the thing with the Patriots, he would be returning to the same old Pats team. There's nothing new unless they draft someone new. They don't got much. It's a sinking ship. I've said it millions of times. I'm sorry, but that's what the Patriots are going to be. They're a sinking ship waiting to blow up. They don't got much. They're decreasing. But the 49ers, which I don't know. I kind of like them, man.
See, but I think they have a good thing going with Jimmy G.
I'll explain that. 49ers have one of the best defenses in the league. They have a very fiery offense, mostly Raheem Mostert. And they have those good receiver threats and everything. And the tight end, Kittle. But remember 2018 when Garoppolo got traded? Kraft wanted to keep Brady. Belichick did not. Belichick wanted to ship Brady off, keep Garoppolo for the young guy. But Kraft insisted on keeping Brady, which I guess became the right move when they won the Super Bowl. But maybe they'd get their ways, ship Brady off, return back with Garoppolo, have a young quarterback in the Patriots, and have a veteran quarterback in the Niners who will most likely win the Super Bowl. I believe, if they had Tom Brady. Because I don't know about Garoppolo. He does not have a lot of experience in the playoffs compared to Tom Brady. So if they really want a big chance with that, maybe go with Brady.
I mean, this man did lead him to a Super Bowl runner-up, but...
That's the runner-up and choked it. But that's a Kyle Shanahan thing.
Okay.
Okay.
I was about to say San Diego. The Los Angeles Chargers have reached a 4-year, $24.5 million deal with Austin Eckler, per ESPN. Do you have more information on that?
I don't, but I did see that on Instagram. Do you have anything else? Or?
That's it for me.
Okay, anywho. Speaking of the Chargers and the Panthers did a big trade. The Panthers received Russell Okung, offensive lineman. In return for Chargers received Trey Turner, another offensive lineman. A.J. Bouye of the Jags went to the Broncos. So we all remember that scary Jaguars team in 2017, correct?
2017?
17. That good Jaguars team that made it to the AFC Championship.
Yeah, the ones that beat the Bills in the wild card.
Yes.
All right, yeah.
Remember that good, scary-ass defense? Well, they're gone. See ya. That's the last member of that team that on that defense, of that core, is gone. And out of something, Quentin Williams, first or second or third.
Oh, shit, I had this written down!
Yeah!
I'm dumb.
You can
Quentin
write that.
Williams.
You can say that. I've said a lot today.
All right, Quentin Williams was arrested Thursday night in LaGuardia for allegedly carrying a gun. It's been reported that Williams had a Glock 19 in a carry-on bag.
Okay, I didn't write that far, but
I dug deep on this one. It involves a weapon. I have to make sure.
we're still in a good time.
I think so. Yeah, we're good.
We're good. We got a little bit.
The weapon was registered in Alabama. So it is a registered legal handgun
Yes.
in Alabama.
Uh-oh.
In the state of New York, under concealed carry laws, the gun has to be registered in the state of New York,
Okay.
and you also need a concealed carry permit,
Okay.
which he had neither of those.
Well, that's his own problem.
So, what's likely to happen is he'll take a plea deal, maybe get 3 months because it's been reported that's an unloaded weapon. So there's no intent to.
He wasn't. Yeah.
There's no intent. As far as his tenure with the Jets go, pretty sure that's going to be over. I don't know how the Jets deal with.
Chief, you got Le'Veon Bell on their team, man.
Yeah, but he didn't do shit when he was on the
Oh.
Jets.
Do you forget bowling? He went bowling when he said he was sick and didn't go to practice and ended up.
That's
drunk
not
and bowling.
illegal.
I don't care. It was BS on the social media.
It was bullshit, and he lied to the team, which he shouldn't have done. But this is literally
Do
he's
you
got
see-
arrested.
Do you see who their coach is? Do you know what he has done?
Adam Gase?
Adam Gase? Then the Miami Dolphins thing? With the smoke and the hookah? Him and... Or it was cocaine, sorry.
That's not the same guy.
Oh, that's right, you're right. It was the other guy.
I was about to say hookah's not illegal, and also
I didn't
that's
mean
not
hookah,
the
it was
same
cocaine,
guy.
damn
It's
it.
not the same.
They were doing lines.
Yeah, no.
Mine.
Those are the. I haven't seen how the. Also, he wasn't even a part of the Jets. This is basic shit. I'm telling you how the Jets organize this shit, not
Okay.
how people do this.
Alright, anyway, go
So
ahead.
I've Darrell Revis, excuse me.
Revis, yes.
He did he do something illegal?
He
Whatever.
might have, whatever.
So I don't know if someone's done something illegal on the Jets organization. I don't know how this is all going to play out. We'll just
We'll have to
have
wait.
to see
We'll
what the
have to wait
Jets
and
do.
see.
Whether it's the NFL giving him a hefty fine, the Jets releasing him, or
He's a rookie. Or he's a sophomore now.
shouldn't have been carrying a gun.
Yeah, well, you maybe should have looked into the laws before you carried a gun.
I like to be an advocate for the Second Amendment.
Right, I agree, but when you don't know...
But if you don't have a registered weapon in the state of New York,
you're
because
screwed.
we're
in New York. If you
we
didn't...
understand the weapon laws here.
We know the weapon laws, sure. We understand that we can't, like... We're also not old enough to purchase weapons.
I was, but not anymore. It's 21 now.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. They
So-
changed that. Anywho.
In order to
Wait.
obtain a concealed carry permit as well in the state of New York.
Big brain, that was New Jersey. The Jets are in New Jersey, buddy.
Yes, but LaGuardia is in New York.
Oh, my bad.
Dummy.
Which
LaGuardia
state?
Airport.
Never heard of it. That's probably okay.
You know, the thing that's replacing Rikers Island?
Oh.
Dummy.
My bad. I don't know.
Call up Chisel Adonis again.
Big dummy. They
Um,
called Ryan that, wasn't it?
call Ryan. No, he said Ryan's eyes were just for decoration.
Yeah, I know.
So, the way that concealed carry laws work in New York, at least under
I
my...
end up going into overtime with the gun laws.
I can ramble.
That's
I don't want to.
Let's not do that.
The way concealed carry handgun laws in the state of New York work is, as far as I know, you have to show a clear and present danger and a necessity to carry one concealed. Whether that be an ex-boyfriend stalking you, the places that you work,
Right.
stuff like that.
That's fine. Sure.
That being said, they don't come out very often.
Right.
So, it's registered in Alabama, which makes it a legal gun. Bringing it to New York,
Not New York. It's illegal.
is not... If he goes by bus...
Yeah. but
Right,
they
or
really
drives.
wouldn't- They really wouldn't check them.
Yeah, no, if he goes by bus and drives to... I'm guessing he was going to an apartment he has in New York or something he has in New
Probably
Jersey.
something.
And he gets it registered in the state of New York or the state of New Jersey.
Fine.
Then that's
Good.
fine. That's
Great.
whatever. But the fact that he brought it to the
He
airport...
brought it on a goddamn plane. Like,
That's where the
God.
issue comes in.
I thought you had to do something special to even put a gun on the plane.
Yes, you either have to be a U.S. Air Marshal, a cop with, like, 8 forms of proof that you are. Like, there's some high restrictions. Federal agents, stuff like that, man.
They need special things, I guess.
So,
I have no clue how we got that on the thing, and something big didn't happen at the airport.
yeah, well,
Probably not in Alabama, because they probably checked it off, say it's registered and shit like that. They have different laws. I'll look into that another time.
Sure.
Anywho,
That concludes what I got.
that concludes what you got. I've been forgetting about this. I talked to Dan about this for a very long time. It's Meme of the Week, a new segment.
All right.
And I've been wanting to do this since about February about the Clash. But, yeah, I'll have to figure out how to put those in because that's going to be pretty dumb if I just put them on the screen.
Well, I'm curious. What is meme of the week?
The meme of this week, I accidentally deleted.
Let's hope it's not racist.
I don't know. It's sports, Chief. I'm not going to put... Okay,
No, you didn't even screenshot it? You
I
gotta
forgot. I
Google it?
deleted it on accident. Well, it was this. I'd like to show you. You know this. You know this. You saw this, right?
Yeah, at the Syracuse game.
Right.
Brady and... Yeah, the awkward, like, don't tell that.
Yeah, so basically the meme of the week, it's kind of small. Brady and Edelman are at Syracuse game.
Brady, Edelman, and Jimmy Fallon.
I was just about to...
Jimmy Kimmel.
I couldn't... It's Jimmy Fallon. I just
All right,
couldn't
good.
think
I
of
was
it.
like, I don't know what the fuck they are.
So Julian Edelman's... So the camera pans on them. Julian Edelman says, he's coming back. Brady then says, no, I'm not. Yeah, you'll have to watch it. It's somewhere out there.
It's pretty much everywhere, yeah.
I'm just going to show you some of the dumb memes I made. I sent Dan a few of them. I'm just going to throw them up on the phone real quick because I don't really care. So for the Clash, we all know about Logano wrecking in the grass. I sent this one to Dan. We have Logano Lawn Care. I made this myself. So, okay. Then, next up, the week after is the 500. And we have, you're watching the Jet Dryer 500 on Fox. I also sent this one to Dan. Then, after that, I sent all of these to Dan. And I'm like, I'm doing meme of the week this week. I believe this was Auto Club. Alex Bowman sleeping. That one was big.
That's Las Vegas.
That was right, Las Vegas. And like I said, this week's meme of the week was Brady. And that is my conclusion to meme of the week.
And I believe that's going to conclude this episode of
Yes.
the Sports Commute. Remember, check us out on YouTube.
Don't forget about Snapchat. 'Cause
Yeah, Snapchat,
We never.
Twitter, and
That's not it.
Instagram. Because, you know, our footage got corrupted, so our Snapchat.
My bad. Sorry about that.
Make sure you check out our website.
Yes, I will put that somewhere. Probably if there's description.
I'll drop it on the Twitter.
Okay.
So
I will be showing that'll be at the beginning of the video. Anywho, so
Make
that'll just show
sure-
tour the whole video and everything.
make sure you check out the Miller Lite Cup Series.
Miller
on
Lite Cup
Instagram.
Series. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Me and Dan are also running in there. Like I said, I'm gonna be the number one of the Monster Energy car. He's gonna be Kurt. Jesus.
You're gonna be Kurt Busch.
I'm gonna be Kurt Busch. He's gonna be Chase Elliott in the 9, like we did before. Or not did before, but.
And then we have a third teammate.
Named Josh Slate. He will be running the number 24. We will be an all Chevy team. Preston Prue Motorsports will be a recoming back of our Target Cup Series team. So that's on Twitter, Instagram, and it'll be on the website as well with the results, like you saw in the video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you liked the video. And David Land. We should be having a lot more special guests coming up. You'll have to tune in for those. I believe we have the next few weeks.
Yeah, I believe we have one. We'll record it Wednesday. I'll put it up Friday. And I
One
believe
Saturday.
if
Oh shit. We have one Saturday, right?
no one's been confirmed,
We have one confirmed on Wednesday, correct?
yeah, I don't think anyone else is really.
Okay, so
set.
then that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, because I think I've got to email the other guy to. Yeah.
Yeah, well, don't worry about it.
Got
You're good.
cringy at the end. All right, have a good night.
Yep. What guy is this?
Vargas.
Vargas.